everyone, Nirja from It's All About Women, and today I have James Twyman, Peace Troubadour, I had to throw that in, who is on a mission, and the mission is to make Hollywood give movies to appeal to the senior audience, or I'd say over 50 audience. And he has a initiative to collect million signatures, and he's going to tell us all about it, with the goal of impacting decision makers in Hollywood, which I personally want to see happen. So everybody, welcome James. Hello, James.
Hi, great to be here, Nirja. Thank you for having me on the program.
Oh, I'm excited. I want to launch right into it, and I want you to tell us about, first of all, about Senior Cinema Circle, but more importantly, why you are on this mission, because that's the heart of this whole thing.
Well, there's so many places where a story begins, but I'll just pick one. A couple of years ago, I went to the theater and I was watching a film that was very popular called The Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Love that movie. Bill Nye, Tom Wilkinson, don't get me started.
It was a great movie. And it was, you know, it's not very often, unfortunately, that a movie comes along that is senior-oriented,
right,
with characters and actors of that generation talking about things that older people are concerned about.
Right.
And I was at the theater, it was almost packed, and I looked around and realized I was the youngest person in the room. I thought, it is really sad that the largest demographic in the whole country and the whole world,
yes,
baby boomers and seniors, is being completely neglected. I mean, it is a rare thing to have a film like this come out, because most films today are focused on 15-year-old boys.
True.
And spending $20 million in special effects,
yes,
instead of having stories that inspire us and move us and things that we can relate to.
True.
That was kind of where the idea was born. You know, I had made a few films in the past, starting with a film called Indigo, and to tell you the truth, Nirja, after my last film, I decided I would never, ever do it again. I actually wrote myself a letter telling me why I should never make another movie again, and I gave it to 5 friends telling them, if I ever try to make another movie, please give me this letter so I can talk myself out of it. And but we had the idea for this new project, which is called Redwood Highway. I called them all up and told them to tear up that letter, because I was so passionate about not only this new film, Redwood Highway, but about senior cinema in general. You know, just promoting this. I just turned 50 last year, and suddenly I find myself part of this demographic, and I want to see better films. And so I think this is something that we can all get behind, because I think it's important not only for us, but for the younger generation, that there be films that are story-driven. You know, one of the things that I find with people of the older generation is that they can't be fooled as easily.
Yes.
Because they were raised with the classics. I mean, the films that, you know, people my parents' age or around that age were raised with were the great films of the classic era of film. And, you know, so Hollywood believes that seniors don't go to the movies. Well, the reason why is because there are no movies, or very rarely are there movies made that they can relate to.
It's true.
And to use a line from another movie, build it and they will come.
Yeah.
If you do movies, they will go see them. And so this is really the idea behind senior cinema, just to promote this. As I mentioned before, we produced a new film that'll be out in the beginning of 2014 called Redwood Highway.
I saw the trailer. Everybody, we're going to put the link to your website. I saw the trailer, and let me tell you, the actors are great. Yeah, I'm an actor, so I can see the performance. I can appreciate that. But I like that it's a film with a central character who's older, but it's not a film with all older people. There's I saw a diversity in your cast. So it's not like you're trying to just cast older people in older people's stories, but the film itself, the art itself, will resonate and be appreciated by the over 50 crowd, which they don't get right now. You're right. So much money on special effects. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, it is to the point now where something's going to give. In fact, Spielberg gave a talk at a university a week or so ago where he said that the entire Hollywood system is in danger of imploding. Because when you're making films that with those kinds of budgets, all it takes is 2 or 3 in a row to not really work.
Right.
And everything goes down. And, you know, maybe that's not a bad thing, because what we need are not bigger and better special effects. What we need are stories that move us.
Right.
Acting that is brilliant. And that's what's lacking today.
And I think inspiration for being a compassionate, peaceful, loving person with wisdom and insight, and stories that show value systems outside of blood and guts and bling bling and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm with you on that, 100%. Oh man, there's good talent out there. As a matter of fact, all these Tom Wilkinson. Here I'm going on record, everybody. Favorite actor.
Well, speaking of another Tom Skerritt, who was one of the main actors in Redwood Highway, you know, and Shirley Knight, who's
beautiful
Academy Awards, and both just real classic actors of this generation, and both of them, you know, I mean, Shirley and Tom both, they're very busy still, but I don't think a role like the one that Shirley played in Redwood Highway comes along very often, where she is the lead. It's an inspiring film that takes all of her talent, and I think that's the reason why she wanted to play the role.
Yeah.
As well, it came in with Tom Skerritt. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't know who we were going to have for that part until 2 days before we started shooting, and we got kind of nervous, but when we heard that Tom Skerritt would do it, I thought, perfect. And both of them, what amazing, nice people, professional, amazing at their jobs, and it really, really comes across on the screen. So I do hope people will go see the trailer, which we have online, and of course we need to talk about the big petition, because that's the big push right now.
So before we go on the petition, you're opening this movie on Grandparents' Day, right?
Well, we hope to.
We're
in the final stages of securing the funding to do so. If it's not on Grandparents' Day, it'll be slightly after that. And what we're doing before the film comes out in theaters is we're going to show it for free in 5,000 senior communities. These are the people, many of whom will not be able to go to the theater to see it themselves, so we're bringing the movie to them. In fact, the way we're going to do it, it'll be very special. It'll be the night of the big world premiere in Hollywood. There'll be a big red carpet ceremony, and we will stream that live to all of those communities, so they can sit around, they can watch that, and then when we go in to watch the movie, then they turn on the movie right there, so they feel like they're actually part of this Hollywood event. I think it's just a simple, fun way to honor these people, because that's what's needed for us to honor our elders and to know that they still have so much to offer. You know, the main theme, I think, in Redwood Highway, you know, being the co-writer, I know a little bit, but the main theme to me is that you're never too old to have an adventure, and you're never too old to heal your life.
Yes.
Because that's what the story is about, a 75-year-old woman who decides to walk the Redwood Highway 18 miles to the ocean in order to heal a wound from her past. And, you know, it's that courage, it's that gumption that I think so much of this generation has, but sometimes they need to have it mirrored back to them.
That's true.
And that's what this story is all about.
Well, look at the power of the media on our youth.
Yeah, well, maybe too powerful.
So that power needs to be channeled. Now, tell us how, about the signature petition and what you're going to do with it. How's that? Tell us.
Well, basically, our goal is to demonstrate to the Hollywood film industry that there really is an enormous group of people there. And as I said, if you make movies, they will go see them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they just don't believe that to be true. They say, well, seniors don't go see movies. It's not worth our while. They're going after a very, very young demographic. But if we can get 1 million people to sign this petition saying we want better films, and to get a little bit of an idea of what their habits are, how many times a month, for example, they go see films, then we can take that information and present it to every single producer and studio and director. We're going to have a huge press conference, and when we hit 1 million, and we're going to do something very special with these results, because if we need to show, I mean, if there are 1 million people who sign this petition, there are 10 million behind them.
Yes.
Who want to see more films.
Yes.
So this is information that they need, so we can prove to them once and for all that, yes, indeed, if we make films that are more senior-oriented, like Marigold Hotel or Quartet, or I saw a film recently called Song for Marion, I mean, these are beautiful films with actors that we all know and really love. And if we continue to make them, people will go see them.
Now, you mentioned something very important about Spielberg. You mentioned Spielberg. Mm-hmm. Have you come across very influential filmmakers that are seeing this mindset, have this mindset, or are with you? Because that's, that's important.
It is. I mean, being an independent producer, I'm not in Hollywood, so I don't get to hobnob with people like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I would like to. That would be fun. But from what I hear, I mean, this is a big buzz topic in the film business. A lot of people are just beginning to realize and to awaken to what we're discussing here. Mm-hmm. That there really is an enormous audience out there of people who want this, are ready for this, but it's still it's at the beginning stages, and that's why we need a jump start.
Yeah.
I think petition is something that will jumpstart this discussion and improve it. Not just let's talk about it. Let's start making movies.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that in the last 2 or 3 years, there have been a few films that have qualified for what I call senior cinema, and yet they've all been either British or French.
Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine that.
That's really a strong American film in the last few years. I mean, you could look back at a movie like Cocoon, for example, which is an amazing movie that everyone loves.
Or the one where Tommy Lee Jones and Clint Eastwood, and they were like astronauts, and they came back.
Sure.
Yeah, that's Bucket List is another one, right? And they do well because they appeal to everybody, not just over 50.
That's right. We just need to pay more attention to this generation. And so if people do want to sign this petition, I really hope you will. Not only sign it, but pass this out to your communities.
Right.
Send out an email to everyone, getting them to this site so they can sign this petition and help us reach our goal.
And you don't have to be 50 to sign the petition, or you do? Over 50?
Over 50 is all we ask, so that, we can keep the
demographic. Yeah. Yes.
But all they need to do is go to www.seniorcinema.com. Once again, you'll see the trailer for Redwood Highway. You can sign the petition. You can read a little bit more about what we're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And I would just love to invite everyone listening to be part of this movement, because, the beautiful thing about this movement is not just about making films for seniors, but it's about strong characters, strong stories, good movies.
Yes, the actors will come. The actors will come. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I important statement that I just read, for the first time in Earth's history, half the population will be over 50. Either now or very soon.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And the more diversity you put in there, because that's the world, right? There's big viewing audiences. Indians in Bollywood, right? They have such a strong culture with cinema. And I know for a fact, any Indian over 50 would just love to see films geared towards them. That is a movie-going public, and the Indian people watching will agree with me. They love their cinema. So the audience is not just even here, it's worldwide.
It is.
Worldwide.
Yeah. This is a very exciting time. When
Yes.
We have programs like this and opportunities like the survey that we can let our voices be heard, and we can claim
Yes.
what we want.
I love that.
And that's what this survey is all about. That's what the movement is all about. When we set out to make Redwood Highway, I said from the very beginning, I'm not here just to make a movie. I'm here to start a movement. And that's really the intention still, is for us to bring attention to this important generation and to get people talking about this, making more films, and just being inspired.
Well, you are an inspiration. I will do my part and make content that makes you happy, makes us happy. And we will get those signatures. We'll go for 4 million.
Excellent.
We will.
Well, 4 million sounds good to me. As soon as we hit 1 million, though, we're going to be shouting it from the mountaintop. So I hope everybody will help us get there.
And if you want to post on your site, tell us how we can get involved after the signatures. If there's anything you want us to help you with, I say put it out there and let us help you.
Well, one of the things, of course, when we have the signatures, now we can keep serving these people. We can be giving them content. We can be sharing information with them about senior cinema, about what's going on, other movies that they can see. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to build a community here.
Very good.
And to build a community where people are relating to one another, So this is just the beginning. We have big plans, all sorts of things that we're going to try to accomplish. But the first goal, of course, is to create energy with this petition, to get people signing that so we can share it with Hollywood, and then we'll get Redwood Highway out, and then who knows from there. We actually just started a new documentary which will be coming out next year called Seniors in Love.
I love that. I love that. Oh, I love that. And this community will be supporting you because we want to inspire love. And I want to see, I take Zumba classes regularly. And, you know, there's a lot of people over 70 in my class shaking their thing, men and women both. And I just know that I want to inspire these people to enjoy themselves. I think we think you get older, you have to stop enjoying. I'm so against that. I want the opposite. So, Seniors in Love. Oh my God. So everybody, can't wait for that. Last words, last thoughts on you for, you know, one more urge to want to give us the Senior Cinema Circle site again?
Well, yes, seniorcinema.com. That's where you need to go to send the petition.
Seniorcinema.com.
Seniorcinema.com.
Thank
you.
Okay.
It's very easy. And as I said, you can watch the trailer and know a little bit about Redwood Highway. You know, you and I were talking off air a little bit. That the movie I've dedicated to my grandmother and to my mother, who were two of the big inspirations behind it. My own grandmother, she was in a nursing home. She had to be there, but she tried to escape several times. She was caught each time. And so I was thinking about that and thought, what would happen if Graham actually got away?
Oh,
what would she do? And that was the beginning of the idea for Redwood Highway.
Wow.
Gary Lundgren, the director and co-screenwriter, and I, we ran with that idea. And I was so excited to share one of the early cuts with Graham. And then she unfortunately passed away in December, right before I was able to do that. And then a month later, my own mother passed. And so we lost the two matriarchs of our family in just about a month. And so it's actually reinvigorated me and given me even more energy to focus on this important topic. So I just really hope people will support it. I encourage everyone to go to that website, sign that petition. Let's get this going.
Yes.
Because, you know, this is not, as we said, it's not just about seniors. So if you're under 50, that's okay. Share it with people who are over 50.
Right.
Get them to sign it and go watch the trailer yourself. Because this is an important piece to this discussion. And we learn so much from stories and film. We learn about ourselves. We learn about our potential and who we can be. And that's why, you know, my intention is not just to make films, but inspiring films.
Yes.
Films that are going to take us somewhere in this human journey that we're on.
Well, definitely watch the trailer, everybody, because, you know, it's really well made. And visually beautiful. I mean, you got those trees back there, my goodness. It's really well done. I was, you know, I don't know what to expect when I look at a trailer, but this presents as, you know, the real deal. So it's really beautiful. So I
like this film a lot.
And I want you to know that this man is an example of where passion meets art. Passion and purpose meet art. I'm glad to know you.
Well, I'm really grateful to have been able to share this message on this show. So thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, and we will get you back.
Excellent.